Good morning, second grade. We reviewed last week. This week we're going to move on to some new words. All right, so make sure you've got your practice paper and your pencil sitting up nice and straight. All right, our first phonogram is E, A. Class, what are you going to write? Good, E, A. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good, E, A. Remember, I use my fingers to help me remember that one because the first sound is E, and the first letter is E, and the last sound is A, and the last letter is A. So my E, A is this. E, A. So if you didn't have that, write it 3 times. Say it while you write it. E, A. All right, our next phonogram is the of her. What are you going to write? Good, the of her. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good, the of her. Again, if you didn't have it, write this 3 times. Say it while you write it each time. All right, our next phonogram is R. Class, what are you going to write? Good, R. Say it while you write it. All right, finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good, R. Remember the letters that make the sound R. All right, again, if you didn't have that, write it 3 times, saying it while you write it each time. All right, our next one is ch, k, sh. Class, what are you going to write? Good, ch, k, sh. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good. Ch, k, sh. This is our ch, k, sh. All right, again, if you didn't have that, 3 times, saying it each time. Our last one is not in our words today, but we always want to get some extra practice in. Let's see, our next phonogram is What are you going to write? Good. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram, class. What is it? Good. This is our All right, if you didn't have that, write it 3 times. Say it while you write it. Let's go back and read all our phonograms before we move on to our words. Good, E, A. Oh, I'm going to mix it up. Make sure you're watching. R, good. All right, this one has 3 sounds. Ch, k, sh. Say that with me one more time. Ch, k, sh. Good. How about this one? Good. The of her. And this one has 2 sounds. Good. All right. Let's see. You can stretch out your arms. Shake them out. All right, we're going to sit up straight and work hard on our words for about 15 minutes. All right, let's work hard the whole time. Our first word is art. What's the word? Good, art. Our school has a new art teacher. Art. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word art? Good, our sounds are R, T. All right, say those sounds while you write them. Put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. R. And good. T. All right, make sure yours looks like that. Before we mark it, class, if someone, or if we had written this, maybe I was confused and I wrote this. How could I know that this was wrong, that this was incorrect? It's missing something that every English syllable needs. Class, is there a vowel? There's no vowel there. So I want us to get in the habit, after we've written our word, of reading it and checking it. In class, we kind of do that together, but I'm noticing on quizzes, I'm seeing a lot of things like this, and it makes me think that we're just writing things and we're not going back and reading them to see if they make any sense. So it's not this, of course, because this is just rt, and there's no vowel. We need those two letters to make the R sound. Does this need a marking? Of course, we just said we need those two letters to make that sound. How about this one? All right, pick up your pencil and mark it. All right, and let's read our word. Good, art. The next word is reach. Class, what's the word? Good, reach. I cannot reach that top shelf without a step stool. Reach. What sounds do you hear in the word reach, class? Good. In reach, our sounds are r, e, ch. Remember, there's a lot of different ways we can make the E sound, so we've got to know which one. The E in reach is E, A. Class, which E do we use in reach? Good. E, A. One more time, what are our sounds? Good. R, E, ch. All right, say the sounds while you write them. Put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. E. Which E? Good. E, A. But notice when I'm saying it while I'm writing it, I'm just going to say E. And good. Ch. When I'm writing my word, I always, because even if a phonogram has more than one sound, it only ever makes one sound in a specific word. And so instead of saying E-A while I'm writing it in the word, I'm just going to say the sound that it's making in the word, which is E in this case. All right, so make sure your word looks like this. And let's go through the markings. Does this need a marking? How about this? Good. We need to underline it. Why, class? Right, it's a two-letter phonogram. How about this one? Yep, another two-letter one. All right, pick up your pencil. And let's read our word. Good, reach. All right, and then to help me remember which E to use, it's my E-A, but I like to remember that because when I reach, I have to use my arm, right? You can't reach without your arm. All right, and look, my arm makes the same kind of V my fingers make, so E-A. All right, class, which E do we use in reach? Do it with me. E-A. All right. The next word is tire. What's the word? Good, tire. All right, this is kind of like when we had fire before we had that break a couple weeks ago. So a lot of times if we're speaking, we might say tire. That's probably the way that I say it usually. I have to get a new tire for my car. But if we say tire, we're going to spell it incorrectly. So we treat it like a two-way word. well, I mean, I'll say tire in our quiz, but we want to remember, don't think tire. Okay, that's going to get us mixed up. We're going to spell it wrong. So we want to think tire. All right, so tire is the word. What's the word? All right, and again, we got to make it one syllable to spell it correctly, tire. All right, so I got a new tire for my car, tire. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word tire? Good, our sounds are t, I, r. Okay. This I is I-E, class. How are we going to make it say I? Good, silent final E, job 1. All right, write the sounds in tire. Say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. I. All right, if we stop here, it's tur. That's not a word. What do we need to add to make tire? Good. Silent final E. Job 1. All right. Make sure yours looks like this. Does this need a marking? How about this? Class, why are we underlining it? Right, because it's saying its name. How about this one? Good. Why are we underlining it? It's part of that silent final E job 1 team. The silent final E can't work without that consonant in the middle. And how about this one? Good, we're double underlining it. Why do we double underline it? It's silent. Anything that's silently double underlined. All right, pick up your pencil. All right, let's read our word. Good, tire. Remember, we want to be saying it the way that we see it on the board. All right, if we're saying it tire, we're not going to spell it correctly. So one more time, let's read our word. Good. Tire. Tire. All right, our next word is very similar. The word is wire. I know, I almost said it. So again, a lot of times we pronounce this like it's 2 different syllables. That's going to get us messed up. We're going to spell it incorrectly. So listen to the way I say it. Wire. All right, can you say that with me? Wire. All right, we used wire to keep the Christmas tree up. Wire. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word wire? Good, our sounds are w, I, r. All right, this I is I-E. How are we going to make it say I? Silent final E job 1, of course. All right, one more time. What are we going to write to spell wire? Good, w, I, r. Silent final E job 1. Write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. What? I? All right, if we stop now, it's we're or were. All right, what do I have to add to make wire? Good. To make my I say I need to add silent final E, job 1. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. Does this need a marking? How about this? Good, why are we underlining it? It's saying its name. How about this? It's part of that job 1 team. And how about this one? Good, because it's silent. Excellent. Pick up your pencil. And let's read our word. All right, remember we want to keep it one syllable so we spell it correctly. So wire. Let's read it one more time. Wire. Good. All right. The next word is interest. Interest. What's the word? All right. He has a great interest in art. Interest. This is a two-way word, class. To spell interest, we say interest. All right, so listen one more time. Interest. Now say it with me. Interest. Great. All right, how many syllables are in interest? Show me. Hope you've got this. Interest. Interest. All right, so class, what's our first syllable in interest? Good, in. What sounds do you hear in the syllable in? Good, I. Say the sounds while you write them. Don't forget your syllable break. All right, our second syllable is ter, class. What's our second syllable? Good, ter. What sounds do you hear in the syllable ter? Good, our sounds are t, All right, our is the of her. Class, which are we using? Good, the of her. Say the sounds while you write them. And remember to put your syllable break at the end because we've got one more syllable. All right, class, if our word is interest and we have inter written so far, what's our third syllable? Good, est. All right, our third syllable is est. What sounds do you hear in the syllable est? Good, our sounds in est are s, t. Say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. I, n, t, Oh, wait, which Good, the of her. What's next? Good, s, t. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. And let's go through the markings. Does this need a marking? How about this? This one? How about this one? Good, it's a two-letter phonogram. We've got to underline it. This one? This guy? All right, pick up your pencil. It's just that one marking. All right, let's read before we read our word, class, what is our first syllable here? Open or closed? Look what it ends with. It ends with a consonant. Because I know my vowels. I know this isn't a vowel, so I know it ends with a consonant. What kind of syllable ends with a consonant? Good, a closed syllable. All right, class, what kind of syllable is our third syllable here? Look what it ends with. All right, class, what kind of syllable is this? If you said closed, long distance high five, you are right. All right, let's read our word. Good. And now we'll do our syllables. Good. Interest. All right. So interest is how we say it to spell it. At least when I'm talking, I say interest. Interest. All right, listen, interest, interest. All right, one more time, then I want you to tell me which phonogram is going to get our thinking cap. Interest is how we say it to spell it. Interest is how we say it when we're talking, at least how I say it. So listen, let's see if the first syllable changes. Interest, interest. Does the first syllable change? No, it sounds like in both times. All right, interest, interest. You know what? I also heard that this syllable, none of these sounds changed. So it's not going to be my last syllable. It's got to be something in my middle syllable. Let's listen one more time. Interest, interest. Class, what's going to get my thinking cap? I hope you said the of her. Right, because it kind of sounds like it's just there, but it's not, it's our So we'll go ahead and put a little thinking cap on top of that one. All right, let's read our words one more time, just the way we will say them to spell them correctly, just because we've got a few funny ones in here. All right, what's our first word, class? Good, art, art. Good, reach, reach. Good, tired. Wire. And good, interest. All right, nice job with our spelling words, class. We will practice them in a couple more videos later on.